Welcome back to the Rise Personal Training Podcast. You don't know how hard that was for me because I guess I say all right before every start of the podcast.
So does Wyatt.
Yeah, thank you for pointing that out. And I was like, don't say all right. Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about GLP-1s, semaglutides, and all the fun stuff around that. It's important to look at because like everyone's taking it nowadays.
Yeah.
It's a cool thing to do. But we're going to talk a little bit more of how it can affect you positively, negatively, what we've seen with clients, what we're seeing just all around with that.
Yeah, because it's super common. We have lots and lots of clients that come in that have either been on it in the past or they're still on it or they're back on it because the yo-yo weight gain, weight loss. So we're just going to touch on the benefits of it and the things that you need to look out for while being on it if you choose to do so.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys already heard GLP-1, semaglutides, Ozempic, what is it, Jorno,
Wegovy,
Trizipatides, Wegovy. Yeah, so there's a bunch of different name brands in one, but pretty much the main thing is it's an appetite suppressant.
Yeah.
And so anyone who usually takes these, they are going to have reduced appetite, and therefore they're going to eat less. And when you eat less, you lose weight. And where that weight's coming from, we'll kind of touch on a little bit more too. So it's my stance on this kind of changed because I kind of always looked at it from a holistic approach of we should be able to work out, eat healthier, work on your habits, like stuff like that too. But we have to realize that there are people who struggle.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter in today's world. It is harder than ever to lose weight, to keep the weight off. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of health issues that can come from being obese and overweight.
Right. From,
extra weight that you're carrying, now your joints are hurting, to having medical issues and stuff like that.
Right, because this type of medicine has been around for a very long time.
Yeah, it's for diabetes.
Right, exactly. So it's just now becoming mainstream, I guess, which is why more and more people are using it.
Yeah, and we'll have to see, we're kind of be bouncing around all over the place, but we'll have to see the long-term effects and what this is doing. But we're going to tell you from our experience and tie it into a lot of what happens when anybody goes on an extreme diet.
Right.
So let's look at it from that point of view first. Is if you're taking these and you're now going to reduce your appetite drop, you're not eating a lot, right? And this can be significant depending on the person. And when you drop your calories, you're going to lose weight. Where's the weight coming from? Mm-hmm. Is it body fat? Is it muscle mass? Is it from soft tissue, from other, tissue in the body? It all depends, right? And so we know that if you drop calories too low, your body at a certain point is going to break down tissue to get energy from. Mm-hmm. Now, ideally, we would love that to be from body fat, but that's not the case, right? Anything that has an extreme drop in calories is also going to break down muscle mass.
Yes.
And so what we tell our clients, in order to try to reduce that and maintain our muscle as best as we can, we need strength training, we need a high protein diet, we need to not drop the calories too low where we're going to see higher chance of muscle breakdown.
When in doubt, you need to be eating protein.
Yeah, so
probably the most important thing.
Yeah, with strength training, right? And so
we touched on this a few weeks ago about bone health.
Yes.
And so when it comes to the GLP-1s, you're losing weight quickly. Most of the time you're losing a lot of your lean muscle. Therefore, your bones are getting weaker, or we're seeing an increase in osteopenia.
We're getting people that osteopenia and osteoporosis. Even we're seeing people that are having that more that didn't have it or weren't at risk for it, now having it from this extreme weight loss. So is it a bad side effect? It's probably a combination of a few things.
You just got to be proactive about it, I think is the best way to put it. Because I think it's a good kickstart to losing your weight, especially to just kind of get people excited and motivated to want to keep losing weight. Because especially for people who have been trying for years, or especially older men and women, it's harder to lose weight the older you are. So especially because you're so stuck in your ways with your habits, what you like to eat, what times you like to wake up, or how much sleep you're getting, or how much you're working out in general. So I think the GLP-1s can be a good kickstart to that, but we have to maintain eating protein and strength training to keep our bones healthy, because otherwise I just feel like people get frail.
Yeah, it's hard. And so like I said, with any extreme diet, when people lose a lot of weight and they lose muscle mass, what normally happens when they stop that, they're going to go right back to their old habits, because it didn't actually fix the mindset. It didn't fix anything. It just reduced calories. So now you go back to eating how you used to, your old habits.
Yeah.
You gain the weight back. That's that
or
yo-yo
even more.
That's the yo-yo dieting of constantly losing and gaining and losing. And every time you go through that and your body's losing more muscle, your metabolism is slowing down over time.
Right.
And that makes it harder to maintain it for long term. we almost always see people that have done an extreme diet, that have lost the weight, and they gain it back at a worse body composition than they were before, or they've gained more back.
Right.
And they do this over and over. It's trending in the wrong direction.
Yeah, because like you said, you're not changing your habits. You're not making any lifestyle changes for the most part when you're doing a fad diet. So, for example, I have family that has used GLP-1s, and the biggest thing that they've been able to take away from it and what has helped them keep the weight off is the lifestyle changes. Therefore, my mom was on it for maybe a year, half a year, I'm not entirely sure, but she's not on it anymore, but she hasn't gained any of her weight back because she realized, I don't need to eat as big of portions as I was eating. Like, she figured out what snacks she likes more that are not just, I don't know, chips and salsa or chips and dip.
Oh, delicious.
It's delicious, I get it. But like when you're having it all the time and you're really not doing that much activity, you don't really need it. And so this kind of helped her realize what her body actually needs, or like how much food she actually needs to feel full, and eating until you feel full, not to eat to finish a meal, which I think is a big thing just in general.
Yeah, it's a good just mindset and habit change.
Yeah, and so when you're not used to it, this kind of was an eye-opener to her to be like, I actually don't need to eat a snack and then a dessert and then even though that's what we're used to sometimes, it kind of kick-started that to help her keep it off.
Yeah, and I think I'm a lot more open-minded when it comes to, this is a tool that can help people.
Yeah.
If we do it the right way and use it the right way, you may have some side effects. Everyone's going to be a little bit different. Totally. Hair loss and what happens when you lose weight too quickly. But it can be a powerful tool for a lot of people to, like you said, to get them that kickstart, thing. We've seen people that have lost weight and now they're feeling better. They have more energy because they just, when you're carrying extra weight and the stress on your body, it makes a big difference.
Right.
People that I feel like are more on the obese side, that are a higher risk of high blood pressure, problems with their triglycerides, like all these other issues, we can a lot of times see improvements with that when they lose weight. So there's a big benefit to it.
And you're like motivated to want to like eat healthier,
Yes, when you start seeing progress, it makes you excited to like, all right, cool, I want to keep going with this.
Oh, well, I used to go to a drive-through after I got done with work, and now I want to try to go maybe grab a smoothie today. You start making these little changes mentally because you're excited about where you're headed.
And so, it depends if you want to take it or not. That's up to you. And, if you are taking it, let us know too. That's going to help us coach you a little bit better too.
Sometimes, and how to read your in-body scans.
Yeah, like sometimes
to know what the numbers are actually meaning, and
Yeah, we've had clients that don't tell us that we're on it.
Yeah.
And we've seen both the good and bad. Hey, you're making good progress. And someone's like, yeah, well, I've been on this. All right, great. Well, strength training 3 days a week, you're getting your protein and you're doing the right things. That's assisting you in speeding up your progress.
Well, and if you're losing if someone is more obese and you're losing body fat, a lot of times your muscle might go down as well. So a lot of times when we're seeing that, sometimes we're like, if you're on the GLP-1, we can understand more why that number might be dropping more drastically, or, we can kind of give you more tips or help,
it helps us
through that
better with the conversation to figure out what's working for you, what do we need to change, and make those recommendations.
Yeah.
And the big thing too is, if you are going to take this, again, it's not, it may help with certain things like the food noise, and you're not thinking about food, and like your mom, helped her with her portion control a little bit and understanding. But the mindset aspect, your nutrition habits, your lifestyle habits, they have to change with it.
Right.
So in my opinion, if you were to take one of these GLP-1s, it needs to be almost required, right? And I wish doctors or whoever these labs, people that are prescribing, require you need to strength train. And even 2 days a week, I think we need to increase that. It needs to be like minimum 3, and if not more, if we're really trying to maintain muscle mass.
Right.
So we have to do strength training. We have to make sure we're getting enough protein. You probably need even more protein than you normally are having, especially if you're over 40, going over 50, where your protein needs are even higher than normal. Just to really try to focus on maintaining that muscle mass, we got to focus on the right nutrition habits, right? And so that's a big thing that we've been working on with our team is adjusting our nutrition coaching program, because it's really focused on lifestyle, nutrition habits, the mindset around how we do stuff. We're not trying to do quick fixes here.
Right.
We need to build a habit, work on it. Let's get it to stick, and let's work on the next one and build those habits on top of each other.
It's all part of the equation. The gym's only a small portion of the equation to changing your lifestyle, to live a healthier lifestyle, to feel more fit, to lose weight, to be strong. It's not just the gym. Nutrition's a huge part of that.
Yep, 100%. So if you are taking it, let us know. We're here to help you. If you want to do it the holistic way, we're here to help you too. So again, we're going to help you and support you regardless of what you're doing, but let us know if you're taking it. If you have questions, let us know too.
Yeah.
And then if you guys listening to Pay Attention, we'll be letting you guys know about the nutrition coaching program coming up in the next week or two, depending on when this podcast is posted.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you. We'll catch you next week.
See ya.